Always great chatting with my next guest, Meatball Molly McCann, who's going to be back in action at UFC Fight Night on February 6th. Molly, how's it going?
It's going all right, mate. It's cold in England. It's freezing, so I've got me jumper on and just staying warm.
That's good. And you were sleeping, I know, before this, so my apologies. I know you probably would have liked to sleep the rest of the night, but thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
Look, I'd do anything for an interview with you. You always make me laugh. So
well, there you go. I'll try. Now there's a lot of pressure. Now I'm gonna make you laugh this interview, so we'll see what happens. But no, that's good to hear. You know, in the UK, you guys have similar weather to where I live here in Vancouver. Like it's rainy, and then it gets like a little bit colder during the winter. Like no snow, but it gets like you got to wear like a heavier jacket for sure in the winter. Is that kind of how it is there?
Yeah, we get a lot of ice though, and it's quite hilly.
Yeah,
we're because we're next to Wales, so it's hard. It's been hard to train actually and run outside.
Oh, I bet.
And because of lockdown, James, like actual real gyms have shut. So places I'd go and do strength and conditioning that has a treadmill are shut now. So it's like it's being proper like Rocky IV shit. Do you know what I mean?
No, I bet. I love it. That's cool though. Are you playing? That is like a good soundtrack too. You should like play the music as you're training and stuff.
Yeah. I swear to God, I got custom made MMA shorts that are Apollo Creed ones. I'm not sure if you've seen on my social media.
I have, yeah, they look awesome.
And I trained to Rocky. It's the real deal.
No, that's good. Good mentality coming in there. This is your first time fighting in Vegas, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah.
Are you excited about that? I know some fighters, that's kind of like a dream of theirs.
Yeah, like where I started in boxing, James, my dream was Madison Square Garden, and then Vegas, and then I'm Boston actually, and I'm 1 out of 3, so I'll be 2 out of 3 in 2 weeks' time. But it would have been nice for fans to be there in Vegas, but I'll take the Apex.
Yeah, I was going to say you were close to Madison Square Garden because you were at the TD Garden in Boston, right? Not quite the same thing, but still, right? So.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen you there as well. But
that's right. Do you remember what happened in the lobby? We saw each other, and I was like, "Should I want to interview her, but I don't want to bother her either." And then we did that cool interview.
You coming to do one?
Yeah.
Scousers can talk all day, mate. We don't need a microphone. We're like the Irish. It's like trying to make us to stop. But answering your previous question, I'm very excited. It is a dream, and my visa came through.
Nice.
And I get my passport back tomorrow. All tests are negative so far. I mean, I had COVID in September, so I think I still have the antibodies, so I'm good to go. Weight, I'm literally about 9 pounds over now, and I'm 2 weeks out, so I'm in a good place. I fell into someone's knee today and got a bit of a black eye, and that's the worst injury I've got so far, touch wood, so in camp, so it's good.
Let's talk about your opponent here, 6-1 record. How do you feel like you match up against her?
Well, I always see myself as the underdog, James, and I don't know if it's because I've always been a fan of MMA or I was 24 or just nearly 24 when I started MMA, so I was like late to the party, so I always put these people on a pedestal, even if I'm on paper better than them. And look, her strength is jiu-jitsu, and that's the area I haven't trained in longest. However, I'm really, after my debut loss against Gillian Robertson, like, she's the only person who's ever come close to submitting me, and she did submit me like no one else. Even Talia Santos got me in a bit of trouble, and I was out straight away. Like, I'm good to go against jiu-jitsu practitioners. I've worked really hard this camp on a more diverse striking set as opposed to just I want her to try and take me down because I'm just going to fuck her for even attempting to take me down, to be honest.
Love it.
Yeah.
I like the honesty. That's good. You talked about, obviously, like, the restrictions going on right now. Like, how are you able to train right now? Is your gym open, or do you have to do training at home or in the park? Like, how are you doing it?
So, fight camp for Fight Island, it was training in a park, in a back garden. Wasn't allowed in a gym until 2 weeks before we left. So I didn't have much sparring, but cardio-wise, the fittest I'd ever been. And this time, my training bubble, we've been allowed a bubble. So anyone who has elite level status gets to train still in gyms. So I have 2 Cage Warriors bantamweight males. One's called Nathan Fletcher, and one's called Liam Gittins, and an amateur flyweight called Francis Breen. And it's like a Thai boxer, a wrestler, a boxer, and then we bring someone else in for jiu-jitsu. So it's like I'm hitting everyone. I know she's coming down from 135. I know she's been done for like drugs. So what she's been caught for and probably what she's had is probably 2 different things, you know. So I've been training with the big boys, and it's been really tough. It has been relentless, and I just never want to feel the way I felt in the last fight. I just felt like I was totally outstrengthed. On my feet it was fine, but she just had this like unnatural strength that I've never felt. Like even Gillian Robertson didn't feel that strong, like, and Gillian's like next level. And I've spoke to Gillian since the fight. I was like, what do you think? And she was just like, dude, she was so strong. Me and Gillian are friends now, you know.
That's awesome. That's one of the coolest parts about MMA is that like after the fight you guys can like, you know, hang out or whatever. Like, and that's cool that you guys are sort of comparing notes, right?
Yeah, like I when she beat me in Liverpool, I went into the change room. I said, listen, can I show you the town? Like, do you want to go for a drink? And she's like, no, I don't drink. And I was like, oh, you're one of them. And
she smokes though. I don't know if you like that green stuff. So
she was one of them, but I didn't want to do that on the camera. But then in Boston, she lost to Macy and I won. And I said, come in here. And she had a party with me and all my guys. And yeah, she's cool. But even she just said, she was like, I've not felt that before. And I was like, it's humbling, isn't it, Gillian?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I said after my fight, I'll go and stay with, well, not stay at hers, but I'll go and stay and train with her. And she was like, cool. So I never have animosity against anyone who I fight. James, like, come the weigh-in, I'm loud, you know, and when I'm in the cage, I like to talk to my opponent. I like to put a show on for the fans and get like the grit and get the best version of the person I'm fighting out of them. And I had that in Talia, and I think I'll get that in Lara. Like, Scousers and Brazilians are much of the same kind of fighter. It's like Mexicans and Polish and Irish and Scousers. They're all like just fight off that, and sometimes they're too honest. And what I see with Lara is every Brazilian I've fought kind of a bit zombie-ish, and they just come forward and they take and take and take, and she's probably going to try and shoot in and take me down. Like, if I was here, I wouldn't stand with me. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know, I feel like I'm well versed everywhere, and I don't lose sleep over it, but I'm very focused, and I put online only what I want people to see. So if people are seeing me running or hitting pads, best believe that I'm doing 3 times more grappling than what I'm putting out there. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, it's smart. Why would you I know, I don't understand that too. Why do you have to post everything? Like, leave some mystery to the fight. You know, it makes it you know, especially opponents could be lurking. You can always see on Instagram too who like watches your stories and stuff. So that's always interesting.
Yeah, and look, this is my 6th fight in the UFC. Every single one of my fights from Cage Warriors is on Fight Pass. Like, I'm a bit like Ronda Rousey in terms of like, right, Ronda had an armbar. Okay, I've got a big left hook and a big overhand, so I'm like, you know, I'm going to throw that, but try and stop it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just think I can put anything I want out online in terms of striking. But it was funny. I was going through like search on Instagram, and she was there, and I clicked on because Brazil had this new variant of COVID, and I thought Brazil's not allowed in the UK, and I was thinking, is South America allowed in America? So I thought best have a little look to see if she's pulled out. And then I was watching, I was thinking, oh, do you know what I mean? I thought, she seems like a nice girl.
Yeah.
she's one of them, like, her striking looks average, but people's striking can look shit, and then you get in there and you just can't quite catch the time. And, like, I never take what people put online as when you get in there and you've got them little black gloves on, James. It's anyone's game, you know. So, but I want to get in there and have that old school. My coach said, go in there and fight in a phone booth. I said, you're going to let me be me? He said, yeah. He said, we tried to polish you and make you a counter fighter against Talia. And they was like, at the end of the day, that's not you. So go and do you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
play to your strengths. Yeah.
And he was like, I'm so confident in your jiu-jitsu. He said, she takes you down. You can work all kinds of subs off your back. You're fine in every... My offense in jiu-jitsu is actually really good, but I never really throw it out there. The only one time I did was against the zombie girl when I had like one eye. And I nearly got an armbar. So, yeah.
Good stuff. How's this fight playing out on the 6th? How do you envision it playing out?
I've never been as fit as I am in terms of, like, we're counting significant strikes I'm landing in rounds, and it's been like 14 or 13 weeks since we signed the contract, and I've just had rounds with these boys, and one of my coaches, Simon, puts like a big body shield on, and the first and the last rounds of pads, he's like, go, and I just go, and it's like, I just feel like I've got more, I'm sitting heavier on my shots, the shots fucking, more of them are coming, and I really feel a finish. I'm not sure if you know much of my like background, but when I was in Cage, just before I got signed to Cage Warriors, my father passed away, and it's his birthday on Fight Night. Sorry.
Oh, was it really? Oh, I didn't know that was the date. Oh, jeez.
So I have this my story's always got tragedy towards it, but I always feel like that's the kind of thing that brings the best out of me, because I'm fighting for a purpose. And this has been the hardest camp in terms of, like, I haven't had my own way once. It's not been fair once. Like, I've worked fucking so hard for this fight, and he always was dying to watch me fight in Vegas, you know, like, he wasn't allowed into America because he had a criminal record.
Right, yeah, okay.
But he was always dying to watch me there, and I always said I would, you know. So I put a clip online like last week. I was really feeling it, James, because I forgot it was his birthday that day, and he never said goodbye to me. He never said goodbye. He just said, like, go and get the belt and fucking look after your mum. Do you know what I mean? And I always think, I said in this clip, like, when I'm out and down and out, like, that's what I think back to. Like, when my eye was broke, my orbital was broke up against Priscilla, and she kept punching it and kneeing it and kicking it, and everything in me was like, stop. Or when Gillian had that choke on, until, like, you've got to put me away to really finish me, and I'll fight until the last breath. So I just feel like I'm willing to give more than what Lara may be able to bring. Like, I know she's well versed, I know Brazilians are hard motherfuckers, and I know they're just made of, like, fucking brick. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. This little one from Liverpool's got more in it, I think.
Love it. And vodka cran after the fight, right?
I promise. No, I'm bringing pink gin. So
oh, okay, there you go. You've switching it up.
Yeah, I've moved on to gin now, but pink gin. I don't like Tanqueray or Gordon's gin. Like, it has to have a flavour to it.
You know what you should try if you're in the States? Pink Whitney. It's a vodka drink that's pink. It has like some sort of like thing in there. I don't know if they have it in the UK, but in the US it's really popular.
Yeah, Pink Whitney.
Pink Whitney. I'll send you a link after we're done this interview, so you can taste. I love it. I think it's great. And I know you like your vodka, so that would be a good combo.
Sprite or with a tonic or a soda water.
You just have it straight up. It's like a mixed drink, but it's got it's strong though. It's good. It's definitely a good post fight thing to have.
Yeah, well, I'll have a toast to one of them after the fight then, lads.
There you go. Molly, thanks so much for doing this. Always a pleasure. It's UFC Fight Night coming up here February 6th. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media you want to plug, I'll give you the last word.
Just everyone. I won't even get into the sponsors because you could all be here all day. But just a big thank you to everyone who checks in. Like fight camps, you normally get to go to see friends and family and be around people. And this camp, haven't been able to because of the lockdown and stuff. So it's like people have been checking in on the phone, and it's made a massive difference. And I just can't thank everyone enough. So that's it.